Hello everybody, welcome to Amakhosi Franchise Central. Like, comment, subscribe. Guys, welcome back. I remember when I was playing, I haven't played back since the accident. But I remember whenever that I'll play, that they'll give me the arm belt. And when they give me the arm belt, I'll be like, hey, you know what, I don't want the arm belt, but I want the responsibility that comes with it, because the arm belt is just simple, draws unnecessary attention, and sometimes one out of being I'm the captain, and then automatically that means that now you are focusing so many other things. You are coaching while you are playing inside the pitch. So you are talking to the ref, you are calming your players down, you are like dishing out instructions and all those things. It puts so much pressure, and sometimes if you don't know how to deal with that pressure, it then puts you into a place where you are really focusing on dishing out instruction, on making sure that everyone is fine, everyone is listening to the instructions of the coach, and making sure that everyone gets the message and all those things. You are coaching, pass the ball there, no, don't pass it, wait, turn and whatnot, switch, and all those things. It comes with a lot of pressure. And not a lot of people understand what it means to be a captain, because not every one of us have been captains before. It's worse when you are playing in front of a crowded stadium. It's worse. The fans are either cheering for you or the fans are booing you. Why? Because of the expectations. There's an extra layer of expectation that is directed to you as a captain. Sometimes the pressure that we as fans give to the captain is so unnecessary Sometimes like, no, you were chosen as a captain, so therefore that means that you have the leadership skills that are required they are required to be a captain. So therefore we are expecting you to show those leadership traits, so that we as a club, we move on towards the direction that you, the coach, are pushing us or are directing us to take. It's a pressure to be a captain. And in most cases, so many people are failing to deliver when they are on the spotlight, when it's expected for them to be those ones who spearhead the team and lead the team like to heights, or lead the team to getting points at times. So whether you're playing away or not, it's said that there's pressure. It's said in a sense that sometimes we will not be like giving you like will not be soft on you, won't go easy on you if you're a captain, because we are thinking as fans that you're chosen as a leader because you know how to handle pressure. That's how it is. Whether we like it or not, captains are always going to be on the spotlight, and captains will always have pressure unto them, whether we like it or not. And then, as I said to you personally, that sometimes when I'm giving the arm belt, like the actual arm belt, sometimes it becomes too heavy for me to really actually execute everything, or to execute what is expected of me. Sometimes I feel like the expectations are too hard. Sometimes you feel like, okay, sometimes you don't even need someone from outside to tell you, no, you're poor today. A friend to tell you, no, you didn't perform today, because you yourself, you know. Sometimes we get too hard on ourselves. Sometimes we don't even see that we are performing well. Why? Because that we are dealing with so much in our heads. Like, did I play well? Did the fans understand that, you know what, I was under pressure? Did they understand what I was trying to do when I kept on losing the ball? So many things comes with the pressure of being a captain. But also another thing that you need to factor when becoming captain, not so many teams have the same required, or have the same pressure. For example, if you're a captain at Sekhukhune, for example, you're not going to be compared, or you can't be compared to a captain of Mamelodi Sundowns, or a captain of Kaizer Chiefs for that matter, or Kaizer Chiefs of Orlando Pirates. The pressure is not the same. Why? Because of the brand. We have a different brand as Kaizer Chiefs versus other teams. We have a different brand, and therefore the expectation is different. So now I'm speaking about our captain. It's been said about him so many times that this captain is not fit enough to be captain. Hey, this guy is a cow. This guy needs to be sold. Hey, this guy, like, all of a sudden he's a bad player. Could it be that Maart is performing the way that he's performing because the armpits is too heavy for him? Do you think that that could be the reason why he's performing the way that he's been performing? Because ever since the season has started, he hasn't really kicked he hasn't really hit the high ceiling. He hasn't been performing very well. Like, he hasn't been performing very well. You find him, if he does perform, he's going to perform one game in 5 games. Perform well in 1 game, in 5 games. Even forget that he even knows how to perform very well. Could it be because of how heavy the armpits is on him? Could it be because of us fans putting so much pressure and sometimes unnecessary pressure on him? Could it be that this guy is not really a bad captain or a bad player, that we deserve, that we have to choose a different captain from him so that we relieve him from the pressure that he's getting? Because clearly he's not performing well, clearly he's not doing well. But now, if he was to focus on his football and just put aside all the responsibilities that comes with captain, we could see a different Maart. I mean, this guy is not a bad player. How he has played before for the teams that he has played for, how at some point he was playing for Bafana, and all of a sudden when he came to Kaizer Chiefs, and especially when he was giving the armpits, that he has dropped. For me, Maart is not a bad player, but I think that he's trying too hard. I think he's trying too hard because this brand is too big. And sometimes it's good for you to sit down and say that, you know what, no, here I'm failing. Here I'm failing, and before I put myself under unnecessary pressure, or before that I even go to a hospital because of depression, you know what, let me relinquish my armpits. Let me relinquish the responsibilities or the leadership. No one will laugh at you. Oh, now the coach can just say, you know what, Matt, I feel like sometimes we are trying too hard. Matt, you know what, I think that the pressure that comes with the captain is too hard on you. How about that we take you off, probably for the remainder of the season, take you off from the responsibility of being a captain, because you are trying too hard and sometimes you are failing. And as you are failing, really, you are putting yourself under spotlight from these fans who don't know what they want, those fans who are not really supporting you. So can we take away the armpits? I think that the coach, either the coach or him, Maart needs to come to his senses and say that, you know what, I'm not performing well, and therefore, coach, take the captain's armbelt away from me. Give it to Inasho. Inasho has been performing well. Inasho has been the captain. He's a leader, and so many people are looking up to him. So therefore, captain armbelt, coach, I feel like you need to give it to Inasho so I can focus on my role. Could it be that he's afraid to say that because he's thinking that if they take the captain armbelt away from him, therefore he's not going to get the starting lineup? Is it the reason why he's getting the starting lineup? I don't know. But could it be that he's getting the starting lineup solely because he's a captain? There are high chances, but the coach have shown time and time again that, you know what, hey, I can start this guy on the bench. I mean, against Parity did that. Against, was it Amazon? I don't remember. But some few games he has started on the bench. And then when he comes on, he takes the armbands. And I'm like, they need to say, okay, coach. And then the coach needs to say to him, and the captain needs to say to him, if you're starting on the bench, it's fine. Let Inasho continue be the captain for the remainder of those minutes or for the remainder of the game. Don't take the captain's armbands from him. If you are starting, it's fine, you can be a captain. In that way, slowly they are taking away the responsibility, the pressure of him being the captain. Because sometimes he's coming from the bench and he does nothing, and he performs worse than the player who was there before him, or that was sub for. Like things like that. So there's an article that came out talking about his captaincy and all those things. I just want to go to the captaincy, to the article talking about his captaincy, but I think I've given you everything that is true, like to this article basically, on my thoughts about and how we can help Maart to focus on his football without thinking about the leadership role or thinking about him being that servant as a captain. I think I've given you enough, but let's go into this article and read what it says. It's an interesting article for me, and it made me to think and to really look at myself, to reflect on myself whenever that I am playing, because I'm one of those guys who, like I speak what I see, I speak my mind, and I'm one of those that who want to perform as per what I say. So I'm not just talk, but I want to dish out in terms of the performance, in terms of giving my all. People should see my effort, that this guy is giving his all as a captain, is running non-stop and is willing to die for this team. That's what I always do. But I'm not saying that I'm always on top of my game. Don't get me wrong. One day you'll see me playing, one day. Anyway, the article reads like this. This article was written on the 20th of this today. It says Kaizer Chiefs legend weighs in on Yusuf Maat's captaincy. The captaincy of Kaizer Chiefs, the captaincy of Yusuf Maat at Kaizer Chiefs has become a point of discussion, with a respected club legend now offering their perspective on the midfielder's leadership. Matt was appointed as a captain ahead of 2024-2025 Betway Premiership season by experienced Tunisian mentor Nazruddin Nabi. Before joining Kaizer Chiefs in 2023, Matt demonstrated his leadership capabilities as the captain of Seko Kune during the 2021-2022 season campaign, PSL campaign. His impressive performances, which Andy Bafana call-up, distinguished his tenure at Seko Kune. But given Amakhosi's rebuilding effort to challenge for silverware, Matt's captaincy and playing abilities in the midfield has been met with skepticism from the pundits and from the supporters, despite his leadership experience. In the current season, Matt, whose contract with Kaizer Chiefs expires in June 2025, this season, has had a fluctuating role in the starting lineup, making total of 20 appearances in all competitions. He has scored 1 goal and provided 3 assists. Not bad though. In Matt's absence, Angolan defender Inacio Miguel has taken the captaincy, demonstrating leadership from the defense line. Patrick Mayo, he had his say on what he thinks about Matt as the captain. He says this, sorry. Patrick Mayo says Yusuf Maat is not mentally strong to lead Kaizer Chiefs. It says, for me, Yusuf Maat is not mentally strong to be a captain. Look at the caliber of captains that have been at Kaizer Chiefs of the past. I'll give him my take. There were the likes of Patrick Mabedi, Srenzama, Itiben Kune, the list goes on. They had strong characters on and off the field. Matt is not at that level. As a captain, you should be consistent in your performance. With Matt, he can give you a good performance, then the next game he's quiet. I think some people don't have leadership skills, qualities in their blood. They are given the captain's armband because they are wonderful players and hard workers. I think that is very harsh. I think that is very, very harsh. But to a certain degree, there are points that I agree with Mayo on. To a certain degree, there are points that I agree with this guy on. But this guy wasn't chosen by the coach playing dice and say that, oh, this guy, if he throws 6 and then Matt is going to be the captain. No, because he has been a captain before and he has shown his leadership qualities. It's just that at this moment, Kaizer Chiefs, listen to this, it's just that Kaizer Chiefs at this point is rebuilding. As they are rebuilding, there's so much pressure and focus from us fans. We are angry as fans, and rightfully so. So each and every player we are expecting to perform at their level best and give their A game. It's worse when it's Matt because he's a captain. But every player we are so critical about. So for this guy to say that your guys, your Mabedi, your Nzama, your Udimen and all were the good captains. They were surrounded by many people who had leadership qualities. In the current team, how many people are having the leadership qualities? So we can't compare the yesteryear players or captains with March at this point. We can't, we shouldn't. That's so unfair. That's so unfair. I'm gonna repeat this point. There were so many leaders around my bed. There were so many leaders around my bed. There were so many leaders around Skok. There were so many leaders among or around Idumenkun. In this team, who are the players who possess leadership skills? Who? So we are blaming this guy, but we're not judging by the fact that there are so many. We don't have necessary leadership team around this Kaizer Chiefs team. Hence, we've been playing the way that you are playing. No one is taking the leadership role to say that, okay, you know what, from the upfront, for example, from the strikers or offensive players, I'm going to lead this team. I'm going to lead this pack. From the midfield, I'm going to lead this pack. From the back, I'm going to lead this pack with the goalkeeper. First, we have the goalkeeper, who's for the first time is playing so many games in his tenure at Kaizer Chiefs, who didn't play when Idumenkun was there. Is he a captain? Does he possess leadership skills? I don't think so. Other than Inasho, who's the captain? I'm not saying a player who's playing well, but who's vocal. A player who's vocal, whom we can see that these guys they look up to. He's giving instruction, he's telling them this and this, and they are listening to him. Other than Inasho Tebek, who? When we have a defense that is inconsistent in terms of being picked or playing well, in the midfield, who's been consistent there and been dishing out the instructions, showing leadership qualities? Offensive wingers, who has been there? So let's be careful of what we say and what these legends are saying and not take everything that they're saying, but scrutinize it. So for me, yes, as I've said in the beginning, that Matt might not be the captain at the moment. Why? Because of the pressure that he's getting, or because of his display of football that he's been displaying. It's because that, you know what, he's under so much pressure. So therefore, we need someone to say that, okay, you know what, give it to the rightful person or to this person for the remainder of the season until you pick up your form. Because we need to support Matt. Does he get enough support? I'm not saying that the support that you should be getting is that you should play every game. No. If he's not performing, should be on the bench. But who is supporting him? Is the management supporting him to say that, dude, things are not going well at the moment? How about we take off this captain's armband? Having spoken with the coach, and the coach be the one who relayed the message, or management and the coach having those conversations, and then they take the captain's armband. Explain it to him. So, are we hard on Matt because he's a captain? Or are we hard on Matt because he's a bad player? Or are we hard on him because he's both is a bad captain and a bad player? Is there enough ammunition, enough arsenal, enough leadership around this Kaizer Chiefs team? I don't think so. Give me your thoughts. I'm out. FC Amakhosi. Sana here. Love, like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Cheers.